Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Hearts and Heels. It is an amazing night tonight, and we just thank you all for joining us and being here with us. Remember, this is the place where we talk about everything from your heart to your heels. So get ready, get ready, get ready. It is going down tonight in the studio. I'm excited just to be here. I know today we have celebrated a lot and we've experienced a lot of ups and downs, but I have to tell you, after last week, I got a lot of flack. A lot of people said a lot of things about the show. So we're going to continue the conversation tonight. And I've named the show Men Are From Mars and Women Are Great. Amen. That's it. Men are from Mars, women are great. I need men, and I'm gonna say it again, just in case you missed it last week. I need men to stop trying to tell women what to do. Now, tonight, I want you to call in. We had some men to call in last week. Ladies, you left me hanging. That's okay, because I got this. But men, call in. Let me know what you feel. The number is 334-318-6375. That is 334-318-6375. Now we can start this conversation off in so many ways, but let me tell you, last week we talked about some man who got on the radio. I mean, got on Facebook and social media and told the world how women just are not worth anything at the age of 35. I disagree, and I still disagree today. Women are a great asset, and we should be able to do whatever we want and marry and be whatever we want when we want. Men, you have got to stop trying to tell us what to do. Even continued on this week, we got the Roe versus Wade, all this situation happening. Yes, 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 it's coming down. Everybody wants to tell women how to live their lives. So tonight we're going to talk about it. We're going to go through it because we can't have that. Ladies, I need y'all to stand up and say it. We can't have it. I understand. I tell everybody, when you think about it, you go back to the beginning of time. Y'all ready? Let's take a journey back to the beginning of time. God made everything, but he didn't make until he made woman. It was not, he said, it's not good for man to be alone. That's the only time he said it's not good. So when he made woman, woman came in to save the day. We came in and brought up the rear, and that's how the world changed because women joined this earth. Come on, Kevin. He look, I got I tell you, our producer, he said he had some issues tonight. So last week, and I told him to come on in and talk with me and tell me all about his stories and what because we're gonna have an argument tonight because women are great and men aren't.
All right, if you want to believe that.
But let's
Uh,
go. Let's talk about it.
okay, so your claim is that men are trying to tell women what to do.
I do. I think it's all the time. Like there are so many. Every man wants to define what a woman should be or shouldn't be, or say all women are this, all women that. And I think I'm tired of it. I stand up for it today.
Okay,
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 let's
no,
do it.
no, no problem, no problem. But here's the thing though, nobody has that same energy when women are trying to tell men what to do. Okay, women always say they want a man to make a certain amount of money,
Uh huh.
has to look a certain way,
Uh
have a
huh.
certain job,
Mhm.
drive a certain car, live in
Mhm.
a certain type of
Mhm.
house.
Mhm.
No one argues. No matter how the woman looks, no matter how old she is, no matter how many children she has or not, it's always okay for women to define manhood.
And I don't think that's okay. See, we can both agree that our own definitions of manhood and womanhood should be our own. Like we should not have these blanketed statements like women are not worth anything after 35. To me, that is just ridiculous.
Okay, but here's the thing though,
Yep, come on.
because we can go so many ways with this.
I want to go. Let's go.
All right, you say you're upset at Kevin Samuels because that's who we're talking about,
Yep.
saying that women are useless after 35.
Yes.
All right, I want to say two things.
Sure.
One, he's talking about women who in their 20s wasted away their years and now wanted to wait till they're 40 to want to marry and have children.
But why is it wasting? Because we decided at 20 we weren't ready for marriage, that we didn't want to be married at 20, that we wanted to wait until we 40. Why is that wasted?
But because what can you do as a wife at 40?
The same thing I could do at 20.
So as a 40-year-old, you can produce 5 healthy children like a 20-year-old could.
Janet Jackson produced one at 50.
Okay.
You know I love me
I-
some Janet,
And I'm
right?
glad you brought her up. I'm glad you brought her
I
up.
love me some Janet.
Because first of all, we're talking about Janet Jackson,
Yes.
a woman who at that age and at that time was healthy
Right.
because of her years as a performer
Right.
and as a dancer.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. Now, how many more children can Janet produce at her increasing age?
You can save your eggs. I mean, it's plenty of things. We got other people carrying children. I mean, it's so many different ways.
Okay, so we're
I'm
talking
getting-
about we're talking about surrogacy
Yes.
because there's no way that she can now carry a child naturally, not without risking her health and the health of the baby.
I mean, anytime that you're pregnant, let's just be real. Anytime that you're pregnant, it's a risk.
But the
I-
risks
and
go
no-
up. The risk increase
It
the
gets-
older you get.
And it's risky. It's risky when you're young too. I mean, people don't talk about that either. I mean, it's risky whether you're super young or it's risky when you're super old. The thing is, having a child may not be every woman's desire. Having a child may not be every woman's desire. Every woman may not be able to have a child. Some women want to focus on their careers first because again, we went through a generation where our mothers and our grandmothers stayed with men who were rolling stones and had children with everybody on the street because they couldn't afford to leave them. And so now we see that we don't want to be in those same positions anymore, that we want to be able to sustain ourselves and be able to take care of ourselves, whether we have a man in our life or not, because as you know, all men don't go get a job.
And that's that color purple characterization of black men that have started. Look, you want to say Papa was a Rolling Stone, but understand women weren't all that innocent back in those days too. Now you had, and that's why we got phrases hot in the
But
fast
listen,
tail.
wait.
And being
I watched Paternity Court. And on paternity court, we have men this one man literally had 4 children by 4 women all at the same time. So I'm not saying.
No, thank you for bringing that up.
I love Mr. Paternity Court, by the way. Shout out
and the reason
Judge Lake.
and I want to bring this up. You brought up paternity court because understand, especially with black men, you have more black men. More black men who don't have children than those who do. So you're using this example. Women are choosing to have their children with the same group of men. So that's something that has to be addressed too.
But so what I'm saying is, I understand.
Mhm.
I get what you're saying, that women are not perfect, and women we can be we could be out there, we can have that, because again, we come from this place of having that prim and proper to now I'm in control of my body. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we got to be able to stop trying to define women in such a place that really keeps them it makes us feel like we're not worthy. And see, that's my problem with his comment, is that now you have told a woman who's 35 who decided that I want to have a job, I want to travel the world, I want to live my life, and then I want to settle down later. I want to have my kids later because I want to have experienced those things. I don't want to wait till I get 50 and 60 to experience. I want to experience when I'm 20. I want to experience when I'm 25, when I'm 30, and then I can try to settle down with whoever God has for me. Really moving forward. So now I'm not worthy.
Men are told on a daily basis that we're not worthy. Because you mentioned earlier about working and having a job.
Yeah.
If a man is not working, he's a bum, he's a loser. Well, what do we call men who are a certain age and still live with their mother?
We talk about him normally,
Mm-hmm.
but see, I say to myself, well, he must be saving a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? He could be at home saving money.
A guy who chooses to stay home,
mama's boys,
play video games.
Now, wait a minute.
Smoking
But that's different. So you're doing it, to me, that's not a comparison. So here you go. You're comparing a woman who decided to wait to 35 to get married to a man who decided I ain't working. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna do nothing all day and I'm gonna leech off everybody else. That's two different people. Because there are some women who are like that too. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some leeches that are women and there are leeches that are men. I'm not taking away from that. But an active woman who has been on her grind, she deserves every right to make the decision of when she wants to settle down and be with someone. We have to stop defining those things. And I think sometimes men just say, okay, I want a woman who this, I want a woman who that. And so let me ask you, if you want all these things from a woman, what are you giving her? Because you can't ask a woman to go out. Wait a minute. You can't ask a woman to go out there and work and pay and bring in all this money, but then you want her to cook. This is what you want her to do. You want her to get up at 6 or 7 and cook your breakfast. You want her to go to work from 8 to 5. You want her to come home and cook your dinner. Wait, hold on, I forgot. We gotta have your lunch prepared. Then we gotta come home, cook your dinner, then give you some loving, and then go to sleep. But you done went to work and you done came home and sat on the sofa. See, we got problems.
You are getting protection. You're getting provision. You are getting
a gun. Give you protection.
okay. A gun gives you protection. Let me ask you this then. There's a bump in the middle of the night. Who's gonna go downstairs and check that noise?
He will.
Exactly. So and then if you are that bad of a man, people will know not to come in your house. So the things that we men give are not only are they concrete, but by default.
Well, and okay, so what do we give as women that's not tangible? Because you're talking about non-tangible things, so I get it. But again, you can't compare non-tangible things with tangible things. So not intangible. Sorry, let me get it right. Intangible things, intangible things with tangible things. So let's talk about intangible. You give us protection. Okay, what else you give us? Intangible.
Intangible?
Yes. So you gotta think.
Look, no, because I was about to say security.
That's intangible. Come on, that's kind of like a role responsibility. Yeah, go ahead. Okay. What else?
All right, and then also, and then this is as a single man. So, but also, I don't want to say, and then I want to say security, but you got your different types of security. You got your protection type security.
Okay.
And then you got your security as in your position.
Okay.
That you provided for.
Okay. Come on.
And I mentioned safety.
I mean,
I don't want to sound corny and say love, but the good feeling that comes along knowing that you have a peaceful and stable life.
Oh, great. Awesome. So we give you the same thing because you knowing that your wife is coming home, that's a peaceful, stable life. We give you stability. We give you love. We give you respect. We make you feel good. We build you up. We make you go out there and conquer the world. We say, "Oh, Daddy, you did that really well. Oh, you cut that grass so good." I mean, we pump up your head.
No. That's what you say you give. But here's the thing.
Okay.
And this goes back to the age thing. What type of woman is better prepared to give that? A young feminine woman, or an older?
No, because I'm immature.
An older masculine woman.
No, I'm immature. I'm immature because I have just come out of my mom and daddy's house. I went to college and I still want to go live my life. So then you trying to get me to be this role that I'm not going to be. So why not wait until I get a little bit more mature? I want to experience the world in my freedom. I want to be able to go out and see the world. I want to go to Paris by myself. I want to go down Rodeo Drive and shop. I want to go to the beach and hang out. I want to do those things because when I get married, I'm going to focus on you. I'm going to be with you. I'm going to have my attention on you. I'm going to be with my family. I ain't going to be like the other women who marry and they take vacations every 3 months because they can't be at the house.
That sounds nice, but we both know that's not true.
That is.
But because first of all, there's one thing that you're leaving out.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Doing all this traveling.
Yep.
All this seeing the world.
Right.
There's one thing that women are doing now that they didn't do back then.
Okay.
The number of male partners that they're engaging with and being involved with.
So I think so. This is where we can have a conversation. So you're saying that the number of partners that a 35-year-old has versus a 22-year-old is different. Could be different. More than likely,
Yes.
there's a greater chance for you to have more sexual partners that you've been physical with at 35 than you do 22.
Yes.
And so that's the problem.
Definitely.
Why is that a problem?
Your experience is shaped by the people you've been with. And a lot of women who've dealt with a lot of men
Mm-hmm.
are damaged.
Did he just call us damaged?
And this goes back to what Mr. Samuels was saying. And
But
because I want to ask you this question. You can answer this question.
please.
What is a wife?
I see. I don't answer those questions. Oh, okay. We gotta. Keisha, thank you for sharing. She said, "Good evening. I'm sorry. Please allow me to say, but men take the perception of a submissive woman to an extreme. I'm all down for being submissive to my man, but a man also has to play a role in a household when it comes to protection. Now, he good with protection. I can protect him just as much as he can protect me because I'm going to get up in the middle of the night and I'm going to make sure everything is okay. So I'm not going to let him walk outside by himself, baby. I will be right by your side. Amen, Keisha. Thank you. The man is about to be.
But wait, didn't
Wait.
what did she
Let's hold on.
didn't Keisha, did she just define what a man is?
She told something.
Because
Well, hold on.
I'm just tired of women trying to define manhood.
But let's talk. Let's talk a couple things. Now, see, men want women to be. Now, first of all, let me say, I think every woman and every man should wait till they get married to have sex. Let me say that. Preface that. Now, that doesn't mean everybody did, because truth be told, half of us didn't. Well, 90% of us did. But men and women should wait until they married to have sex. That's my belief. That's what I'm gonna go with, and that's what I'm a minister here. Okay. In addition to that, now you want to talk about women and their partners and the number of partners they have. Well, what about men and the number of partners they have? Because you know what? It kills me that men want to talk about, well, I don't want a woman who has so many partners. Well, why you think a woman want a man with all these partners? Because I got to go out and see this girl who said, I've been with your man. Or they, because people quit to be, gangsters online and talk about how they boo used to be your boo and then they meet you. I mean, women, we do the, so why do you think that we want a man with the same thing? So I get what you're saying, but don't tell me that I'm worth nothing because I waited and you waited and we both had the same. If we both got 20 partners, what's the issue? Because you got the same soul ties, you got them same attachments, you need that same deliverance, and you need that same cleansing of your soul, your body, and your mind and your heart.
Because one thing about the difference between men and women, men do not like or they don't want to wife a woman that had multiple partners. But women, you all want a man that other women want.
Okay, hold on. We like men who are attracted to other women because we're attracted to them, but that don't mean we want you to be with everybody. That's not true, because you gotta have the same self-control that you want me to have. You gotta have the same. You gotta feel the same way. It's nothing about having a wholesome man just like it is a wholesome woman. Come on, I need you to help me because you're giving me standards.
And we can't have standards, right?
We can't.
We can't.
You can require the same standards of me that whatever standards you have of me, you should have the same.
How many times have we heard women say they want a man who knows what he's doing in the bedroom? They want a man who knows.
We can explore that together. It's plenty of stuff out there to read. It's plenty of things to look at to figure out. I can tell you what I like and what I don't like. So don't give me that practice, because that doesn't make sense. Because wait a minute, hold on before you say something. Because one woman's pleasure is not another.
And this goes back to the example you just gave earlier with the paternity test with the one man and the four women.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's obvious this man has something good enough for these four women to want to be with.
That's called lust. That's because we lustful. That's because women and men can be lustful. That lustful spirit manifests itself in different ways. That absolutely has nothing to do with the self control that we should all be able to say. Like, if you want a woman who is pure and her number below 5, is yours below 5? I mean, I'm just saying because I could be wasting my goodness on you.
But here's the thing
I'm
though.
trying to ask.
Women don't want a man with a
Say,
count
they
before
say something
5.
fast.
Oh, you got some more?
No, go ahead. She said, "What you said? Women, what now?"
Women do not want a man with the body count below 5.
Oh, y'all gotta help me, women. Now, wait a minute. He
Eh,
just said something. That's not true. That is not true.
okay.
Not true.
Going back to the paternity test.
But
If that's the case, why did those women choose that one man
because he made them feel like you the
made
only
them?
one for me. You the only one for me, baby, and I did it.
Now look, the first woman we can kind of understand that, the first one. The second one maybe, but after that third and fourth one, you know what type of man you're dealing with. But here's the thing though. The
We
fact
always think women has this because we are loving creatures, because we are giving, caring and giving creatures. We always feel like if a man come to us and tell us I'm sorry or I'm no longer that man anymore. Because the truth be told, 9 out of 10 times, if a woman is dealing with a man who has all these children, he has said something to make her think that she's the one. Now I do admit, ladies, we do love to get us a good challenge. We always think we could be the one to turn somebody and make them right. Now I gotta give you that. I give you that. But what I'm saying is whether or not that all of that may be true, may have some truth to it, because we can't speak in absolutes on the radio because it's nothing really absolute.
no, it's so funny. When it comes to women, we can't speak in absolutes.
No, I'm talking about men and women.
But all men are dogs. All men are losers.
Well,
no one says that.
But 90%.
When it comes to men. No. But here's the thing, though. Men are doing better than what you think they are, especially black men. We're doing better than black women. So
how?
On average, black men make more money than black women.
That's money wise, but I'm talking about.
No. But
come on.
And you have, and I said this earlier, but you have more black men who don't have children.
I mean.
So more black men are in the middle class and upper middle class.
Because you a man with no children, make money, and I'm a woman with a child, then that makes me less valuable.
Like it or not, yes.
Why? Because I'm used goods. Let's just be honest.
Yes, you said it, but it's true. But because again, you didn't answer this question earlier, and I know
Go
you
ahead.
can. What is a wife?
I mean, I think a wife is whatever. Okay, so I'm not a traditionalist in what a lot of people say. I think a wife is just what the Bible says, a helpmeet. Whatever that help is in that relationship. So whether that help me is to help financially, or whether that help me is to help with the household chores, whatever that is, that's what they are. Now you can't tell me what I'm saying. So my whole thought behind all of this is I need you to be whatever I need you to be in this relationship. Just like you need me to be whatever you need me to be in this relationship. I cannot go to the next relationship to tell that relationship how to act and how to be defined and what's best for them. I have to figure out what's working in my household. So as a wife, I can't tell Shonda down the street, well, look, you better go in there and satisfy your man because that's how you keep him. That's not how you keep a man. A man has to want to be kept. You can't keep a man that don't want to be kept. You can give him loving. You can cook for him, make him full. You can have all the money in the bank. If he don't want to be kept, he will not be kept. So you need to figure out what's good in your relationship. Because I may be when Mary and Martha was when Jesus came to the house and Mary and Martha was there. Martha was at the feet of Jesus and Mary was in there cleaning. She got a little frustrated. Martha, come on in here, help me. She said, nah, I think I got the ladies right, Martha and Mary. But you know the story. One was sitting at the feet of Jesus and one was in the kitchen. And then she said, look, you need to come help me, tell her to get up. And he said, no, you're doing the more important thing. So women as wives have to figure out what's the more important thing to their husband, not what the world thinks, not what the world has defined, but their husband.
So if a woman, or no, in particular, if a wife is supposed to keep the husband, how do you learn how to keep a husband when you're going to school, when you're working all these hours on these jobs, when you're traveling, you're doing all these things. You learn, as a matter of fact, you're learning all these things except how to keep a husband.
We don't keep husbands. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's the wrong perception.
No.
In
You
life.
You don't keep husbands because you don't try to.
No,
you don't try to. Or
it
you
ain't
don't
my
want
job to keep you. It's your job to stay. I can't.
Give me something worth staying with.
Well, when you married me, you figured out it was something about me that said this here my woman. This here my woman. Now, if that woman changes over time, because it's not. What gets me with men, they love to say keep me, like how you keep a man. But see, I can't. The thing is, people change over time. Bodies change. Amen. Somebody shout amen on that one. Body change. I'm gonna share your comments in a minute. Bodies change, right? Bodies change, minds change, thoughts change, heart, everything changes over time. What happens in most relationships to why men don't stay or why men get bored or go other places is because they have not, the communication of the changes doesn't take place, and people go and do things that they're not supposed to be doing because the enemy is ever busy and he's always laying traps. And like you said earlier, there's always somebody out there who wants somebody you got, but I can't keep you. I can't make you stay. What I'm gonna do, lock you down? I mean, because there are women who cook, clean, work. There are women who work themselves to death. I've seen women be stressed out because of all the stuff they do, and they man still end up going somewhere else.
Shay, listen. Men are not leaving marriages.
Oh,
No, it's the women. Women file for 80% of the divorces.
cause y'all no.
It's the women who are leaving. It's the women who are filing for the divorces.
See,
it's the women who are kicking the men out of the houses.
okay, hold this. Keisha said wives have different definitions as husbands do. Amen. Thank you. What the husband want is amen. A person past doesn't mean they are less than. That's what amen, Erica. Thank you for sharing. Keisha also said you can have a man that wants a wife that does not work. He wants his wife to be a stay-at-home wife. Then you can have another man that wants his wife to be an independent person. So I have a job to take care of the household and different definition of being a wife. So it's the husband wants just like a different definition, just like the wife does. Amen. And and Keisha said to your last comment, because women are finally waking up. I agree. We are no longer taking stuff that we weren't taking before.
What were you taking before? Because then no. Okay, you know what? I will. What was it that you were taking before?
Okay, so I'm reminded of this movie because I'm gonna have to break this down.
Oh, movie. No, not Color Purple.
No, it's called Fences. Have you ever seen it?
Haven't seen that movie, but I've read the play.
Okay, Fences
Troy.
with Denzel Washington. Troy, yes, great. Watch it. Okay, it was unbelievable to me what happened. This man had this wonderful wife at home.
Mm-hmm.
Cooking and cleaning,
mm-hmm.
washing clothes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he go out, make the money. She had his lunch ready.
Mm-hmm.
She took care of her stepchildren,
mm-hmm.
and he goes out,
mm-hmm.
sleeps with another woman,
mm-hmm.
gets a baby.
Yeah.
This woman dies.
Yeah.
And she takes care of the baby.
Of the baby, yeah. Okay. So again, we talking about one movie
No,
One
no, no, no,
man,
no,
one
no, no.
movie.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no,
Because
no, 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 no,
see,
no, no,
see,
no.
there we go again with
That's one
the,
movie.
the 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 color purpleization of black men. But let me ask you
But
this
let's come
though.
to recent. We can come to recent.
No. So he slept with this other woman, got her pregnant. Who was in the house? Who did he take care of? Who did he marry? Who who shared his last name?
Y'all better come get him. Y'all
Hey,
better
we
come get
we
him.
we 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 are. Oh, and let me make this disclaimer that the views and opinions on this show does not reflect the views and opinion
Listen,
of 90.7.
no, but I can't, Kevin. You can't see.
And,
That's the
no, and
problem.
see, and that's another thing
That
too.
is the problem.
You all don't understand men because we can lay with different women and we can still love our one woman at home. Because we have the ability to lay with different women and not be emotionally attached to them. Unlike women, you have to have some type of attachment to a man before you lay with him. So that's why it's a problem, especially if you have a child with another man, because then that we know because you have had some type of mental or emotional connection with that man in order to lay with him and produce a child with him.
So this is what I've heard you say. I just want to be clear.
Mm-hmm.
So having side chicks
Mm-hmm.
is okay.
It's okay.
For oh no, let me just clarify. Having side chicks is
Uh-huh.
okay for a man,
It's okay.
and the woman is supposed to accept that. No,
Well,
I'm asking. I'm trying
well,
to get to clarity before I speak.
yes. But,
And and
because
and why?
here's the thing.
Please.
Here's the thing. Some women are side chicks already, whether they know it or not.
But what does that mean?
And
That does not give you a valid reason as to why that's okay. I want you to tell me why it's okay.
okay,
Please
well,
clarify.
because as men, we can impregnate different
I,
women
but
at the same
just
time.
because you can doesn't mean you should. Come on,
That,
why is it okay?
that,
Why is it? No. I need to know the philosophy, the doctrine behind why it's okay for men to
I,
have their
okay.
side.
If that reason wasn't good enough, here's
It
one.
was
We we want the wholesome wife, and we want the 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 harlot. We want the woman that's wholesome at home, and we want the woman who's
this cannot be it. Please. Thank you. Johnny Harris said, please pray for him. Because he needs so much help. Yes, y'all pray for me
look.
as I deal with this. Come on. Come
Oh,
on.
I need help, right?
Yes.
But look, I'm single with no dependents, living a peaceful life, but I'm the one that need help.
No.
Uh, because I'm one of the men who
Well,
I'm one of the 50% of men. Well, I think it was 51% who don't have children,
right.
who are not on child support.
Right. But it's
Compared
really,
compared to the
but you
70%.
don't want the commitment because the moment that you say, well,
Well,
how is
give me something worth committing to.
hold on. Okay, but if I give you something that's worth committed to, you have already said that you think it's okay to have side chicks. So why is it? Oh, this is my question. If a woman commits to you and you're committed to her, why is it okay for you to break that?
It's not breaking. It's not breaking or broken. I'm coming back home to you.
But and you might be bringing some back home to me.
You're the one that's getting my provision and my protection.
But I'm not getting the other piece. Everybody else getting that.
Well, actually, you getting that and more.
No, but that's disgusting because you sharing it with everybody else. When we made a vow and a commitment, that was between me and you. Why do you need her, and her too?
But,
That should not.
because one woman will not be able to satisfy the sexual needs of a man. How many times have your man been in the mood, but then you're not in the mood because you're tired, you worked, you washed dishes, you've cooked, You've taken care of the kids.
Hence the reason we should be doing those things together so that we won't be tired. That's my point. So if you want me, see, this is what gets me. Y'all want to go? Let's go there. And I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna have your questions. That you right. Pray for me, Miss Erica. Good. Pray for me. Pray. But we finna answer this question. So that's my point. You just brought me to my point. Thank you. Y'all say thank you to Kevin, because you just brought me to my point. You want me, a man wants me to get up and do all these things, work, come home, still hold on, let me finish, and still satisfy you. That's fine. It satisfies you because that's the wifely role that you want me to do, and you don't want me to ever get tired. But see, my problem is if we're home.
That's not what I said.
Hold on.
But go ahead.
Hold on. If we're home on a daily basis, and if you come home and you're not cooking. You're not cleaning. You're not helping the kids with homework. Because the kids coming to mama. They ain't coming to dad. They coming to mama. Hold on. The kids come to mama. I'm doing all these things since I've been off work at 5:00, and you come home and you get to go watch your TV, smoke your cigar, drink you some wine, whatever you drink, and you sit down. And so then at 9 or 10 o'clock, you ready to go. And I'm like, ooh, I'm exhausted. That's the problem. Here's the reason. Listen to me. Here's the reason that you got to stop trying to put everything on women all the time. Why can't you get up and help wash these dishes? Why can't you deal with the kids and I deal with the cooking? Or you cook and I deal with the kids? Why can't we do this together? So when it comes time, because women want it just like men. Don't get it twisted. We just get tired because you want us to be superwoman.
As a wife,
wait a minute, did Karen tell y'all a long time ago, I'm not your superwoman?
As a wife, here's the thing though. As a wife, you don't have to work. You chose to work.
Not true.
That you chose to work as a wife.
Not true.
And this brings us back to Kevin Samuels.
Not true.
A lot of the women who call into his show want to be stay-at-home wives. They want to live the life to where they don't have to pay significant bills.
But so here we go. Not true. Every woman doesn't have the luxury of staying home, being a stay-at-home wife. Every man does not make enough money for his wife to stay at home. Let's clarify that. So if we come into agreement that you ain't making enough and I got to get a job, that means that we got to start splitting some things. Start one. Number two. What gets me is you talk about this woman who go out and get to work, and then you talk about the woman who want to be a stay-at-home wife. So if some of us choose to want to, because I don't want to, I've never ever desired that at all. Never desired that. I don't want that. I'm just trying to figure out if a woman is going out here working, surely a man can help with that work. And if I choose to want to be a stay-at-home wife, don't call me a gold digger. Just call me the woman of your dreams, because that's what you want.
Well, no one said anything about a gold digger.
Yes, you do. Most of the time, when women who want to stay at home, they are looked at derogatory. They are given something most of the time, and then you don't respect them the same, and they have just as hard a job as you do going out every day. Because it's hard being a woman and managing a house and taking care of you. It is. And you gonna disrespect my work by going and sleeping with another woman? The devil is a lie.
This brings me back
to
the
devil is a lie.
This goes back, and so this goes back to the topic: defining the role of a man, of a woman, of a wife or a husband. You have to be okay. So it seems as if we have to be these things no matter what we do.
Not true. Every man doesn't have to be the same way in a relationship. It's certain things that we want from a man. We want commitment. We want every man with commitment. Now I'm gonna give you that. We want commitment. We want commitment and truth, because we don't want to be in relationships that we cannot trust you. We don't want to be in relationships where another woman down the street can say she had you. We don't want to be in a relationship where our emotions are being dragged through the dirt every single day. That is not the truth of what a woman wants. We want commitment.
The mating practices.
What's wrong with commitment?
The mating. I'll answer that in a second. But first of all, the mating practices from women nowadays suggest that they prefer the man who's desired by multiple women. It suggests that they want those men actually who don't work and who makes less than they do, so that they can have control in that relationship.
So okay, what's the issue with that?
Okay. So you saying it's okay?
But you have a problem with the woman to have a child.
So it's okay then for a woman to take care of a man.
Yes.
Okay. It took you a minute to.
I had to clarify. Whoa. Listen, let me tell you something. That there are a lot of roles and responsibilities where women are doing more than men. They're making more money than men. No. Hold on. I said there are a lot of places. If a woman makes more money, and the man in their relationship, hear me out. In their relationship, they decided, look, your job right here gonna give us $200,000, and this gonna take care of our family. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take care of this home. I'm gonna fill this role in our relationship right now. What's the issue with that?
Okay.
Because a real woman, hold on, a real woman can make more money than her husband and still submit to him.
How many relationships, how many marriages are there where the woman makes more than the man and that relationship or marriage lasted?
I mean, I've made. Hold on, I'm going to give you some examples. I've made more in certain stages. In our relationship, and our roles did not change. My husband, I still looked at him as the provider. I still looked at him as protector. I still respected him as such, and I still submitted to whatever the decisions that he chose to make. Because again, I told you last week, submission is strength, and a woman is stronger when she's able to submit to a man. But this is the problem: we don't submit to any man, we submit to godly men. Really? So here we go. Hold on. We submit to godly men who gain our trust. Now, when you start breaking our trust, what do you want us to do? That's why not having extramarital affairs is important. And let me ask you this question, because somebody asked this on social media. Thank you for asking, by the way. So is it okay? You said it's okay for men to go out and lay around and come back home and still, take care of the wife. Is it okay for the wife to be able to do all that and still take care of home?
No.
Okay, please explain yourself. Yeah, I don't know.
Because I said this earlier. We can lay with women. We can have intercourse with women and not be attached. You have to have an attachment with the man in order to lay with them, because you just said it. You just said it. He has to be a certain type of man for you to submit to him. So look,
having intercourse with someone and submitting is two different things.
You're submitting yourself to that man for him to have intercourse to you, you have to have
you cannot intermingle the two, because
it's the same. When you are with a man, when you are having intercourse,
I'm gonna let you finish. Then I'm gonna give
you. When you are having intercourse with a man, you are submitting to him. Then,
okay, you ready for this answer?
No, not yet, because there's something else I still have to address.
Go ahead.
You say that you submit to godly men.
That's right.
Okay, so it's godly men who are producing all these babies then with all these children, with all these women.
Okay, and you
and
you're right. I'm not saying the state of godly men is right, but what I'm saying is, as a woman, hold on,
this last sentence. So what you're saying women want is different than what they're actually choosing.
Not always true. Because you show us one thing and then you become something else, or you do something else. Now, let's not forget that masks are put on all the time in relationships. We want a godly man, but the moment that godly man misuse our trust, hence going out having babies with everybody else, that's when the problem comes in. See, we didn't sign up for that. When I said I do, my vow and commitment was to you, not to you and Sally, Susan, and Shonda and everybody else. It was only to you. So a godly man, I'm going to tell you the difference between a godly man and an ungodly one. And when I say God, I'm not talking about in church. I'm talking about having a relationship with God and know him and listen to him, because the conviction happens. So when you start doing things or you be in the situations, then there's a Holy Spirit. Because see, when we submit to God and men, we're not really submitting to you. We submit to the God in you, because the God in you will keep you from doing things that you shouldn't be doing. Now, that don't mean that you don't look. That don't mean that you don't have, yeah, we understand. I understand. We all fall short. I'm not saying that. Nobody's perfect, but it's easier for me to submit to a godly man because he has someone that he is depending on. He's praying to, he's asking for help. But whereas somebody else who is ungodly, who is not living, who are they listening to? What are they led by? Because we can only be led by one or two things: flesh or spirit. So a godly man should be led by spirit. Ungodly man is led by flesh. Hence the reason makes us easier for women to submit to godly men, because we're praying. We're praying that spirit will convict, will stop, will make you remember that I have a woman at home that's committed to me. That's the difference.
That sounds nice. But here's another thing.
He said that sounds nice.
Women are not submitting to men anyway.
That's not true. That is an untruthful statement. That is a blanket statement.
As a matter of, no, I would say most women, you all hate submission. Submission is,
that's because because you have defined it the wrong way. Here's the reason I say
no. You see it the wrong way.
I'm trying to make sure you go over time.
No, we good. I'm looking at the clock. We good. Look, because you equate, or not saying you, but most women equate submission with slavery. So all the things that you were saying, and the reason why I say it sounded good, because years ago, that's what men were sold. That's what we were told women do, what women are, what women should be. That's not the case. Women don't do these things now. You mentioned the cooking, the cleaning, the submission. That's modern women are not doing that anymore.
So I think it's because you have had the wrong reason of the wrong definition of submission. Submission is not me sitting in the corner with my head between my legs and not saying a word to you.
And that's not what I said either.
But
I didn't say that.
But most men treat submission like that. Let me tell you why. Because they expect, don't say nothing to me. I can holler, I can scream, I can do whatever I want to you. But as a wife, I'm supposed to take it. Now, I'm not talking about what I think. Listen to me. I'm not talking about what I think. I'm talking about relationships I have counseled where men have the wrong definition of what submission. As I stated earlier, submission is a strength. Submission is, I'm strong enough that I can tell you my thoughts and my opinion, but I'm going to allow you, because again, that's what submission is. Allowing, giving you. When you submit an assignment, you're giving that assignment to your teacher. When I submit to you, I'm giving you the power to be able to rule and do whatever our house and make decisions. Make decisions for our house. I'm giving you that. I'm powerful enough to say I can give you my opinion and I can trust. But again, that's godly men, because we know that you won't have God back. And this is the thing: when you have a godly man, you are in covenant. Listen to me. I want you to hear me. There's a covenant that happened. So not only are you in covenant with man, but you're in covenant with God. So when you make a decision, whether it's right or wrong, I can go to my Father, who is our covenant and who can speak to your spirit and say, hey, this is what we need to do.
Look, see, now, here's the thing. You can't give me what I already have. You're saying when you submit to the man, you're submitting to me, you're giving me the power. No, I already have the power.
That's the problem.
And what's the problem?
That's the problem.
Because I already have the power.
No.
Because I do. I have the power, and I am going to say what I'm going to say, and I'm going to do that with what I choose to do. So what do you mean giving me?
Okay, so submission is you feel that way, and I'm gonna let you feel that way. But that doesn't mean that I won't state my opinion. That doesn't mean that I won't talk to you. That doesn't mean that I won't have something to say about this situation. But a man who, even if a man feels like, oh, I got the power, you can feel that way all day long. But what power are you operating in? Your power or God's power? See, it's a different type of power. I want to make sure we're clear. There are two different type of power, and I want him to have the power. As a matter of fact, I give my husband power every day. I be like, baby, you control it. You got this. And I willingly, listen to me, willingly give it to him every single day. I don't want to pick it up because I can't. I can pick up power. Now, when I pick it up, it's going to cause you to have some issues because you're going to feel like I'm disrespecting. You're going to feel like I'm not loving. You're going to feel all these things when I pick it up. But know that every woman can pick it up, but it's whether we choose to lay it down. Like Jesus, he said, I choose to lay down my life. I choose it. I can get off this cross right now, but I got a greater purpose. We understand we can get our power back right now, but we understand that destiny and purpose is in this union, but we need you to understand it too.
Thank you. Thank you. Because I'm bringing this back to KS. So now, what woman is more likely to do that? The woman over 35 or the 20-year-old?
Any woman, because I may be positioning myself because wait. So this is what happened.
And see this. I gotta say this. Kevin Samuels was making this point. Women over a certain age, well, not just women, but people over a certain age are set in their ways.
I get it.
So why deal with a 35-year-old who say she's gonna give me the power, who's gonna allow me to have power, versus a 20-year-old where I know I already have the power. Whether she don't have to. But
why are you trying to control something in that way?
No,
because a woman at 30. Hold on, a woman at 35. But a woman at 35 has maturity.
No one said control.
Hold on, a woman at 35 has wisdom, has maturity, and she's able to help you build. Now, the woman that's 25,
because I'm glad I got to say it.
The woman at 25 can help you build too. I'm not saying, but what I'm saying is it doesn't, regardless of their age or what stage of their life they're in.
I'm glad you
they're
said that.
Still valuable.
Because the woman over 35 sees it as control. That's why.
Not true. Because you just made a controlling statement.
You just because you just brought up a control.
You made the
you
control.
Just brought up
this
control.
This is what you said. I can control the 25-year-old, but I can't.
No. I didn't say. I didn't say control.
I'm sorry.
No. Those are not my words. No, that's how you interpreted my words.
That's right.
Thank you. You just proved me right. That's how you interpret.
Hold on. Let me give you what you said.
I said. Let
me give you what you said. I'm gonna repeat it. You said you can have the power.
We can go back and listen to the playback later.
You said that you have that women that men feel like they can have a power over 25-year-old versus the power over 35. That's what you said, right?
No.
What'd you say?
No. I said what type of woman is most likely going to think that way? The 35-year-old or the 20-year-old?
And the 20-year-old can think the same way.
And yes,
fact, most 20-year-olds do.
Where do you think they get it from? Where do you think they get it from? Thank you. Where do you think they get it from?
What we teach y'all. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Yep.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Yep.
The 25-year-old, the 35-year-old, it does not matter. If they're rooted in God, they will submit to whoever God has given her. Because the Bible says the man who finds a wife finds a good thing and earns favor. So she understands who she is to her husband. Because I'm the reason why that you got favor. Not you. You ain't coming to this world. Because truth be told, when Adam and Eve was back in that garden, all I had to do was tempt you and tell you to eat this fruit. And you ate it. I'm just talking about what the power we could will. Wait a minute.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Listen to me.
Listen to me.
Listen to me.
In that garden, I got to say this. In that garden, Adam was doing so well until the woman came.
Not true.
Eat this apple.
Not true.
Let me ask you this.
Not true. Because God said.
Who did the serpent know to come to?
No.
Who did the serpent know to come to?
And the Bible calls us the weaker vessel. And.
Thank you.
And. So here's the reason that he made you to protect us, to cover us, to hope, to love us, to build us up. He did say that, but that just because we're the weaker vessel doesn't mean that we're not strong. And whether we're 35 or 25, we're still the weaker vessel. Whether we're 35 or 25, we still are your favorite. Whether we're 35 or 25, we are still the ones that God said it is not good for man to be alone. He said,
but one vessel is more pleasant to be around,
Which one?
The 20-year-old.
Not true.
Oh, you will have better.
So you at 40, you appreciate a 20-year-old versus
Yes,
a 40-year-old?
yes.
Why?
20-year-olds.
To me, that's fear.
No,
That's a whole lot
not
of fear.
That's not fear.
So I'm too much woman because I have experienced life.
Not too much woman. Well, you know what? If that's what you want to call it, if that's what you want to call too much woman. But as far as bringing me peace,
but I know women. What about the 35-year-old? Because I know a woman right now who's 36 and she's a virgin.
So you want to take this one example?
No, I'm asking you.
You want to take this one example
that
we call that.
No.
A unicorn.
Yeah. I'm asking you a question. This woman at 36, that's a virgin.
Yes.
So she's not good enough.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me just say this.
I'm just really talking about her.
That's a gray area because look, she's 35, 36, and
so,
she's getting to that place to where she may not be able to give healthy children.
So we're only defined by the fact that we can give children. Some of us can't. Some of us never could.
And again, that's an anomaly.
So my reasons exactly. Stop putting these labels and definition of women because we are so many colors. And if men could just appreciate the woman they have. That's what I'm saying. The woman that's in front of you, appreciate that and stop making all these blanket decisions because you don't know that woman's story. What if someone is 36 and single because her husband died? Then what? What if someone is 36 and single because this man was beating her butt and she got the strength to get out of this relationship? So when you make statements
when you
make statements like that, you take away everything that I struggled over because I thought I had the right man, but he beat me. I thought I had the right man, and then death happened. I thought I had the right man, or whatever. So if I'm 36 or if I'm 22, what you should be looking for as a man is to learn how to be the man that God called you to be, and stop trying to tell me what I can and what I can't do at what age.
Do you know why we take the census?
I know why.
So in other words, you're saying don't generalize. However, that's the purpose of taking surveys. That's the purpose of the census and stats.
But those are demographics.
And here's the thing:
those are demographics. Those are not labeling as people.
We measure demographics by these numbers.
Exactly.
So you just cannot take one example and use it as the many. So that's what, and so that's what, bringing it back to Kevin Samuels. That's what that means. Women over 35 are.
See, everybody in here saying that you want total control. Hey, Destin Bonner, Carol Bonner,
because
Erica
Calhoun, let me tell you why.
Shelton. Y'all know what the truth is. Thank y'all
No,
for having my back.
Let me tell you why.
He needs deliverance. I'm gonna give him some deliverance tonight, Destin.
Hold on. Let me address this. I want total control because when things go wrong, I'm gonna take the total blame. I'm gonna get the total blame when things go wrong. So yes, I want total control.
But it does not. But it does not just impact you.
See, no. You're right. I agree with that. It don't.
So you can't have total control over something that just doesn't impact you. Because truth be told, you have no control over everything. We don't have control.
And that's fine.
We walk by faith, not by sight.
We good, Shay. We good. Look, and that's fine. But I do want to be in control, and it's the thing, not control, but be in control. So I want to be in control of as much as I possibly can.
And let me tell you this. Mm-hmm. And I'm ladies, let me tell you, this is it. A godly woman wants a godly man to be in control because we understand where you get your strength and your power from. So we're not afraid of your control in that sense. Because we know who is leading you and guiding you. It's just like the company. It's just like the president of a company. You have more confidence in the president of the company if you know they know what they're talking about. But if they don't know, then you have less confidence, or you don't believe in them, or you don't want to surrender that control. Because I keep telling you, we give it to you.
I hate that the show is ending, but we got to talk. It's going to be another subject. How marriages is declining and how people's belief in God is declining too. But that's a subject
But
for another day.
that's I can give you answers for that too. I can tell you why. Listen, Kevin that came from the production studio in the front, and he has given it to me tonight. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you so much for all the social media audience. Share this with someone. We have had a spirited discussion, and all we want to do is spread love in this world. And I'm gonna tell you, ladies, go out there and be great, no matter what they say. You go and be great. And listen, whatever you do, do it with all your heart. And if you can't put your heart in it, put them heels on, them stiletto heels, and walk away. We love you guys. And listen, we're going to talk about the power of God and divorces and relationships and marriages. We're going to get into it because we're having a series on relationships this month. We thank you guys. Happy Mother's Day to everyone out there. We love you. Happy National Prayer Day. Listen, keep it good. We love you. Come back next week. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll make sure Kevin read all these comments. I'm sorry. I was so engaged in what he was saying. I could not keep putting your comments on the show tonight. But thank you so much for sharing tonight. I really appreciate you coming on the show. We're having a discussion about relationships for the rest of May. So if you want to hear some more, if you got some thoughts, please share them with them. We love you guys.